Hi, this is Dr. Weideman, your instructor for MGF1106 Liberal Arts Math 1 online. This handout is found on the course materials page, and I'm going to go through the information with you so you can get comfortable with our Angel course and also with the MyMathLab program. So in Angel, you want to go in and print out a copy of the syllabus. I'm going to go over to the Angel page right now. When you first log into Angel, you're going to be here on what I call the home page, and there's a link to the syllabus here. You can get your mail here. There are some useful links for things at the college, the library online, smart thinking tutoring. Also, there's a calendar, and I've put the dates. Here's a syllabus tab, which also shows the same syllabus that's linked to the home page. There's a calendar, and I put the due dates in here as they come up, so you want to make sure you take a look at that. They'll also show up on your front page of the course each week what's coming up due. On the course materials page, and again, I'm going to scroll down and make sure I'm covering everything that's in your your handout. Okay, course materials page. Here's this handout that we're going over right now. This is a link to my instructor page, which includes my phone number, my office hours. This is the required introduction for the course. Every student must complete this in order to gain access to the rest of the course materials. There's 7 steps here, and on the last step, the syllabus quiz, you have to get 100% to gain access to the course materials. The course is organized. There's a MyMathLab registration guide. We'll go over that in a minute. The course is organized in units of study, and the units of study correspond to the chapters that we cover in the textbook. And again, if you go in here and you don't see anything, you don't see these folders, you haven't completed the orientation. Let's just take a look at the Unit 1 folder. This is actually Chapter 1 in our book. Here's the 3 sections that we cover. It reminds you that you've got 3 sections of homework here, and you need to get 60% on each homework in MyMathLab to gain access to the test for Chapter 1. There's some section notes here and PowerPoint handouts. Every chapter has at least one chapter activity. The first 2 weeks you have 2 activities, an introduction and then a student information survey. And then it tells you your test 1 is located in MyMathLab, and there's always additional materials related to the chapter. This chapter happens to be on critical thinking. Let's see, I think we've gone over most everything in there. Yeah, I've gone over this here. Okay. All right, so this is critical. You have to purchase access to MyMathLab. A good deal of your grade comes from the homework and the tests in MyMathLab. And I'm going to take you over to the MyMathLab site and show you what you'll do when you first go in. So if you click on that link I gave you there, it'll take you to this site. And the first thing that you want to do when you go there is say, I want to register as a student. And then one more page. Okay, and then you're going to need the course ID that I gave you in the syllabus. It's my last name and then 21348, and then hit continue. Okay, and it's going to ask you if you want to create an account or if you already have an account. I'm going to use, I have a couple student accounts, so let's try this student here because I want to show you what comes up next. Oops. On the next screen, it's going to ask you, how do you want to pay for your access to the course, and you have 3 options. You can use an access code that you've already purchased. You can purchase the access code here. You can also do a temporary registration, which will show up at the bottom of the page, and it'll show up right down here. It says to get temporary access without payment for 17 days. And you can do that if you're waiting for financial aid to come in, and they'll remind you as the date gets closer and closer that you need to go ahead and purchase that code. Okay, let's take a look at the course. When you go into the course, I have a student here who's already registered for the course, so hopefully it will let me go in. It doesn't look like it's going to let me go in right now. I'm not sure why. I think I have to log in and out. I think it probably logged me out, so let's go log back in. And hopefully it will bring up the course for us. Oh, his name was Bob Boxplot. And I wanted to just go through the materials in the course real quickly with you. Okay, for some reason it's not letting us access it that way, so let me log out and log in as into my instructor account. I apologize, I'm not sure why that's happening, but we'll log in and I'll show you from my account what it looks like. Okay, so here's the course here. And so when you first go in, it's going to default to this home page here. And I think most students start with homework, so that's why I had it default to the homework page. You can go to chapter contents, and over here you'll see for each chapter there's sections. And then you can use the video presentation, look at those, or you can go right to the multimedia ebook. I urge you to get comfortable with the ebook because there's a lot of really nice activities in there that go along with the course material, and I think you'll find it helpful to be able to access that easily. It's very helpful. It's a really nice ebook, and you can go scrolling through, and a lot of times there's things, actually like here there's a video linked right in, so I think it's really helpful for you to be familiar with that. In terms of the homework, let's go ahead and look at one of the homeworks. And so for instance, if I was going to work on this homework here, the way the homeworks come up is like this, and then click on the first question, and you'll have a lot of resources here as you go through the questions. The first few in each section are definitional questions, but here's one here. It says an estimation problem. Help me solve it, view an example, show me a video, go to the textbook, ask my instructor. So you have a lot of tools available for you right from the homework. So take advantage of those as you're trying to work on the problems. These tools are not available when you take a test. And you'll also notice that in order to get to the tests, you've got prerequisites. So every test, the sections of homework in that chapter, you have to have 60% before the test will unlock. So you want to keep that in mind. And again, this is going through what I just showed you in MyMathLab. Just a reminder, for the MyMathLab test you get 3 attempts and I take the highest score. For MyMathLab homework, you can do it as many times as you want, and you can redo it after the due date as long as you went in at least once before the due date. The proctored final exam will be given at the 4 main campuses. I'll provide information on that as we get closer to it. If you're out of the area, you need to identify a proctor local to you, so I've given you a link to that here. Due dates are always on Monday at 11 o'clock. I don't extend the due dates, and you want to make sure you print out this weekly schedule here so that you know what's coming up due, and it goes week by week with what's due in MyMathLab and in the discussions, and these are the things that are located in Angel. So I hope you enjoy our course and feel free to contact me with any questions.